Hey guys, Cadin here, and you're probably wondering why I'm uploading this video a week after the season dropped, and I have a great reason for that. I got a community guideline strike. But don't worry, we're back, and oh my god, this season is amazing. From the gameplay, to the weapons, to the map changes, everything about this season so far is perfect. I'm really excited to talk about everything new, so let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Also use my code, thanks.
Anything you need, I'll get that.
Season 1 was so fun, but so buggy. There were more major bugs in that season that I can count on both of my hands, so I'll go over the most memorable ones. First off, there was the infinite hammer bounces bug. Then there was that one where spamming slide would give you every item on the map, and by the way, that also worked in Save the World for some reason. Then there was also a bug with the Falcon Scout that caused controller players to be completely locked inside it, unable to do anything about it. Then all of the bugs with hurdling, which caused it to be enabled within the season for less than 3 total weeks, and it's still not enabled now. I could name more bugs, but we'd be here all day, so let's move on to non-bug talk. Last season was really good. The hammer, despite being broken, was a massive highlight and one of the most fun items ever added to the game. The meta for last season was also pretty good. While some weapons were definitely better than others, there wasn't really anything that stood out to me as overpowered. Now let's talk about the best part of last season, the heist event. Every part of that event was awesome. From the heat mechanics to the new exotics to the bosses, all of that perfectly meshed into some of the most fun I've ever had playing this game. Season 1 as a whole gets a solid 8.5 out of 10, but that event alone gets a 10.
Let me take the lead, don't sweat that.
A new character was introduced to us last season named Rift Warden Stellan. He tells us that the Ageless Champion told him to create a rift gate, basically a bridge between realities. After we gather supplies to build the gate, Stellan reveals that there is a shapeless man watching over him, later revealed to be the real Geno, and that he is the one who really ordered him to build the bridge. Amy is suspicious of Stellan's plans, so she constructs a model rift gate and sends objects through to see its effects. These objects reveal through ominous messages that the Seven are still alive, but may not be for much longer. Wanting to save the scientists, Amy asks us to help to construct a body for her so that she can rescue him. Stellan says that we must prepare to test the gate, but at the same time, Amy is setting its coordinates to the scientist's location, causing the gate to become unstable. There is no way to fix the instability, so the rift gate explodes, causing a massive tear in the sky. Stellan is fearful of what the shapeless man will do, and after examining the sky rift, finds that it will likely rip open. Only time will tell what happens next.
If you wanna eat, I'll chef that.
To my surprise, most of the map was unchanged, aside from the bottom right corner. That part of the map was expanded, and now there is a Japanese-themed biome there, with darker grass, lots of bamboo, and lots of Japanese architecture. There are 4 new POIs in this biome. First is Steamy Springs, a zen garden with lots of cherry blossom trees and water that restores 1 health per second. Next is Kenjutsu Crossing, a POI with a small town and a massive dojo sitting on a mountain. The third new POI is called Naughty Nets, and the only thing notable about it is that it kinda looks like a penis. Finally, we have Mega City, the biggest POI in Fortnite history. This spot is where Faulty Splits used to be, and is home to a ton of massive skyscrapers. This is also where most of the grind rails are, and I'll talk about them more later. A grand total of 102 chests can spawn here, so if you win the POI, you're set for life. Also, this place is just so aesthetically pleasing, especially at night when it rains. It looks so beautiful.
With your feet, I'll let that.
As always, we'll start by talking about what got vaulted. For weapons, we lost the Thunder Shotgun, Machine Pistol, Scar, FAMAS, Heavy Shotgun, Excalibur, RPG, all the bows, DMR, Deku, Infantry Rifle, 6-shooter, and the Hammer. For things that don't really classify as weapons, we lost the Falcon, Impulse Nade, Guardian Shield, Bush Bomb, launch pads, all car mods, motorboats, dirt bikes, supply drops, and all wildlife except for chickens. In terms of vaulted augments, it would honestly be easier for me to list the ones that didn't get vaulted. So we still have Light Fingers, Aerialist, Chug Gunner, More Parkour, Supercharged, Bloodhound, Jelly Angler, and Keymaster. We have a legendary selection of unvaults on our hands, that being the Heavy Sniper, Cobra DMR, Dragon Sniper, Combat Shotgun, now with a gray variant, all the heisted exotics, Shield Bubble, and the Sniper Surplus augment. As of March 16th, the Combat Shotgun received a damage buff from 54, 57, 60, 63, 66 to 60, 64, 67, 70, 74, with no change to its max damage cap, so it hits much harder to the body but is still incapable of doing more than 95 damage at gold rarity. For new stuff, we have 4 new weapons, 2 new vehicles, and 6 new augments. First off is the Havoc Suppressed AR. It runs from gray to gold with a boss that carries a mythic rarity. It has insane accuracy and very low damage fall off, possibly allowing it to compete with the Red Eye at range. Next is the Havoc Pump Shotgun. This is possibly the strongest version of the pump shotgun we've ever seen. It runs from gray to gold with a mythic version locked away in the vaults and has damage ranges from 6.25 to 30 meters. The special thing about it is that the mythic version of this shotgun is the only shotgun in the game that can hit for 250 damage, one-shotting players even in 0 build. Even though it's able to do that, it's still not the strongest weapon in the season, because we have the overclocked pulse rifle. Basically what Epic did is take Sloan's pulse rifle and overdose it with speed. When you hip fire, it has a DPS of 266, which is higher than the gold twin mag and the mythic combat SMG. Not to mention that when you ADS, you do 54 damage with a 3.5 fire rate, making it the best long-range assault rifle in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing got nerfed, but it is a mythic weapon. The final new weapon is the Kinetic Blade. This weapon is basically the hammer of this season. Its primary attack is a double slash, with each hit doing 35 damage and the final hit launching opponents backward. Something important to note is that if you attack mid-air, your damage is actually doubled. But keep in mind that the animation takes a long time to finish, so only attack if you're sure that you won't die. Its secondary attack is a forward lunge that sends you about 25 meters forward, does 60 damage, has 3 charges each with a 10-second cooldown, and may or may not break objects around you. It honestly just depends on how it's feeling. The 2 new vehicles this season are Futuristic Car and Motorcycle. The motorcycle drives slower on grass, faster on roads, and has a boost similar to the Whiplash. The car is really fast and has a strong handbrake, which you will need if you want to make any kind of turn. Finally, the new augments. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with my Season 1 video and rank them from bad to busted, so here we go. Dignified Finished. Getting a kill will instantly refresh your dash charges. Is good. Shotgun Recycle. Rifle Recycle but for shotguns. Good. Medium Ammo Amp. Pistol Amp but for ARs. Great. Slap Surplus. Splash Medic but for slap juice. Okay. Munition Slide. Every second you slide you get 2 medium bullets. This is great. Treasure Hunter. Upon walking into a POI, you reveal every chest that's there. In theory it's good, but it seems a bit bugged right now, so it's just okay. Dumpster Diving. Jumping into a dumpster gives you ammo and possibly other things like heals. It's okay.
Anything you need, I'll get that.
So you guys know how I made that video about slurp guzzle last season? Well, I guess Epic saw it and decided to make it into a reality. What they basically did was buff the ever-living shit out of slurp juice and make it into what slurp guzzle would be if it was an actual item. It's now legendary and heals 120 health and shield over time, making it the second strongest healing item in the game right behind Little Whip's special serve. This is all that I could have asked for and more. Slurp Guzzle is what this game needed to make a comeback. I will be playing this game all day, every day, 24/7 because of Slurp Guzzle. I worship Slurp Guzzle as my lord and savior.
Let me take the lead, don't sweat that.
Upon the first Storm Circle closing, 3 bosses will spawn. 1 at Mega City, 1 at Brutal Bastion, and 1 at Shattered Slabs. Killing them will reward you with the Mythic Havoc Rifle, some heals, and a Vault keycard for their POI. Inside the vault is 2 chests, 1 rare chest, some ammo boxes, some slurp barrels, the Mythic Havoc Shotgun, and Slurp Guzzle. The number of Mythic Havoc Shotguns and Slurp Guzzles in the vault depends on what game mode you're playing. Solos is 1, Duos is 2, Trios is 3, and Squads is 4. When Circle 2 closes, something called a Combat Cache will spawn at a random location inside the circle. When it spawns, it will start out legendary, but if it remains unclaimed for 30 seconds, it will downgrade to epic, and if it remains unclaimed for another minute after that, it will downgrade to rare. Opening the cache takes about 50 seconds, and the loot it gives, like the vaults, depends on what game mode you're playing, but it will always give weapons, heals, ammo, mats, and Slurp Guzzle. When the third circle closes, a rift will appear in the sky that will spawn a loot island after about 40 seconds. Currently, this island is the Loot Lake Island, but as the season goes on, it may be different locations. Anyways, this island has 2 special things, a golden flagpole and a double key vault. The vault contains 3 normal chests, 1 rare chest, 3 ammo boxes, and 3 slurp barrels. The flagpole takes 45 seconds to raise and will grant you gold weapons, slurp guzzle, some bars, some meds, and the overclocked pulse rifle. Similar to everything previously mentioned, the amount of loot you get from the flagpole depends on which game mode you're playing. Speaking of the storm, it's been changed quite a bit. They increased the total number of zones from 9 to 12, and made the first few zones close much faster. Also, from what I found, the storm now ticks for 1 damage for the first 5 zones, so if you like storm camping, I have good news for you. Something else that isn't here yet, but according to leaks, it looks like at some point the storm will actually split in 2 and then rejoin, so that will be really interesting to see. That being if there aren't 15 people left by the 3rd circle. Finally, the grind rails. You can find grind rails in Mega City and at a single bridge in the Japan biome. You can ride them by interacting with them or jumping on them. Riding them will make you travel very fast, but there are some things you can do to alter your speed. You can hold backward to slow down and eventually start going the other direction. Also, pulling out a weapon or item will slow you down, but I'm sure you guys don't care about going slow. You want to go fast, and I know how to do that. You can tactical sprint on the grind rails, causing you to go way faster for a short while, unless you have the slap effect, in which case you can just do that forever. Another way of moving quick is repeatedly jumping off the grind rail and getting back on. For some reason, this will make you go crazy fast, especially on straightaways. If you fall off the grind rails though, don't worry, you won't take fall damage from them.
You wanna eat, I'll chef that.
As I said at the start of this video, this season is insane. There's so much to do and so much to come, like a smart pistol weapon and wall running and double jumping. This season is shaping up to be one of the best of all time. But that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think about this season. What you like, don't like, want added, want removed, whatever. So far, I give the season a 9.5 out of 10. See ya. Yeah!